Okay, here's the Blazer top. Making some progress on it. My nephew sent me a message and he said, hold your phone sideways so that the video fills up the whole screen if you're watching it from a TV. So I'm learning how to do this YouTube stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let's talk about this real quick. So you see how there's a space between these right here? So that part right there underneath that, that's the headliner. So what I did over here, I'm going to get to that in a second, but I wanted to show you guys the gap and how we're pulling this out. You can't really see the warp while, I guess on camera it's not going to show it, but this is a big warp. So if you see underneath that bar, I'm going to start pulling some of these out for you, and you can watch these gaps appear in here. You see how that starts to come apart there? See that one really came out? See that big gap that's showing up? Sorry, I'm not good at this yet. I don't want to take them all out, really, because then I have to put them all back in, and it's a bitch to get these in there. Alright, let's pull these ones out to give you guys a good example of what this warp is. Alright, you see that move right there? Look at that. So that's a warp in the top of this, and it comes all the way out to here. And the way you get that warp out is you drill a hole in it, you put a piece of flat bar on there, and then you grab it with these body hooks. Oh man, it's not gonna work since I'm on camera. Anyway, you pull it up like that, and then you stick your cleco in there and you cleco it to that. Okay, I gotta grip on this one. See, there we go. Now see, I can pull this. And when I pull it, I cleco it to that piece of channel there. And you do that wherever you need to. It's a lot like working with metal. You put some density foam under it, not a whole lot, just a little shot to keep it apart while you go over here and you fiberglass it. I'm trying not to lose my train of thought real quick because I kind of bounce around. So yeah, anyway, let's go over to the other side and we'll start talking about how you keep it from coming back. So this is this 3-ounce fiberglass mat. So I drilled a bunch of holes in it. I've pulled it all up with that, see that, with the clecos in the channel. So what I did is I point loaded the top of this to the headliner on the inside. So now they're one piece. They're bonded together, so the whole thing, instead of being hollow, see that? Well, this video doesn't show a whole lot. So this is hollow, and you can flex it really, really easily. Let me see if I can get over. See that? That flex in there? That's not good. So to keep that from happening, you put a little bit of density foam in there, and then you put these columns in there. Well, I'm calling them columns. And then you grind them off. That's pretty much it. You grind that off of there, then the headliner and the outside skin, they're bonded together. And it's like a, I don't know, it's like a honeycomb cord material now is kind of what it's like. I don't really know how else to explain it. You don't want to fill these up with resin or milled glass fibers or microspheres or Cabosil or anything like that. I kept a cup over here to show you why. Now on the bottom side of this there's a headliner, and the headliner's fiberglass too. So if you fill those up with fiberglass resin, if you fill them up with microspheres, milled glass fibers, or anything like that, what happens is when resin, see this cup? When resin cures in bulk, like that plug in the bottom of that, you see what happened to this cup? It warps this cup. Because resin heats up and shrinks. And it'll do that with any filler you put in it. It doesn't matter. So all of those marks on that cup will show up on the inside of this. The headliner would look like that in these little spots right there. You'd have that warpage on the inside. When you looked up to that headliner, you just have this hole like that that was all disfigured and warped because of the heat and the volume of too much resin in one spot. So what you do is you just grind them off with a grinder, and then you go and you taper all the way around it like a weld, like how you would weld two pieces of real thick steel together. And then you fiberglass mat over the top of it, leaving the center of that hollow. Don't fill that up. It'll ruin it. I don't even know why I'm making this video, because I've never seen anybody fix these before or anything like this. It's pretty simple. If you can get to the back of it, you just fiberglass the back of it. But we can't get to the back of it because it's two pieces together, and it's not in the budget to go in and remove the headliner and put it back in. The guy just wants it fixed, not on the cheap, but like so he can afford the project and the budget, because it would cost a lot of money to take this thing apart and put it back together. Anyway, the body hooks that I put in there, the way you fill the body hooks in is you take one of these countersinks like this. Man, this phone I got a new phone and it is not a good phone. Anyway, you take this countersink, you countersink these holes, like that, as much as it'll allow you. And then you do the same thing. You just put some fiberglass over the top of it, and then you blend it. So there's an update on this thing. I got to get going on it. I got to get it out of here. It's taking up too much room. So if you're trying to fix a Blazer top or any composite top that has two skins glued together, that's how I've done it. Anyway, you guys take care. Hope you're having a good week.